How many times are we going to fail? How many times are we going to count our failures other than our progress? How many times are we going to keep repeating the same shit over and over again, just like I've been preaching all the time? How many people are listening? Now I want you to know this right now. In life, for a whole lot of situations to change in your life, for one thing to move from one point to the other in your life, you still need to understand that the rules that makes everything what it is. This is 2021. We cannot be replacing, or rather be repairing what needs to be changed, other than changing that which cannot be repaired. Now let me tell you something. There are friends in your life. They have got issues. Their IQ is not as smart as yours. They can do the things you do. They can think the way you think. Their opinions are never welcoming. But now let me tell you something you need to understand. That friend has only got an issue. That friend can be repaired. You can make them start seeing things differently from how they see things before. But then have you asked yourself a question? There are other friends who are practically damaged. You've been doing everything possible to make sure you move them from where they are to where you feel like they ought to be, to a point where you feel like they can make it better from there. But at the end of the day, each time you do this, all your effort seem abortive. None of them seem progressive. Do you know what that means? It means that is a friend you need to change. We oftentimes tend to repair what needs to be changed and change what needs to be repaired. That business you go through that is not working out for you, that business you've been investing all your money in, that business you've been investing all your time in, have you asked yourself one question? Each time you do this, the business is still not moving. What is it that you're not thinking about? It is hard time for us to propagate a new strategy to everything about our lives. When things do not go well, each time we try to propagate another strategy. Now it's time for you to change that line of business. You've been in that business for 10 years. You've been investing your capital in that business for 10 years. You've never even made profit out of that business. What you have invested in that business, you've not even seen 1/10 of it. And yet you keep doing that business because you want people to understand that you are in the line of that business. It is not all about them. Listen up. Your growth is your growth. Your growth is not for them. If they love you, they will celebrate your growth. If they don't love you, they will not celebrate it with you. It is for you to always understand what is good for you and what is bad for you. It is time to change that business. You've been repairing the business all the time. From 2020, you've been repairing that business. And every time you do this, the business is still not moving from where it is. It means this is a time for you to change that business. Not until you change that business, you will begin to understand that that is the only moment you are back in business. And then I want to tell something out there to the ladies. Hey, listen up. You can't be leaving one man to the other. You can't be changing men that you ought to have repaired. And you cannot be repairing a man that you ought to change. Let me ask you, you've been in a relationship for 3 years, you've been in a relationship for 2 years, and then you feel like it's all being toxic, and then you feel like nothing good is coming out of it, and then you feel like this man is not being submissive to you completely. Then the next thing that comes to your head is you want to change this man, but yet you forgot one thing in a hurry, that this man always supports you, that this man gets your back. As much as he is not looking in the line that you are looking at, that direction of the both of you settling down, but then he's been supporting you for so many reasons and obvious reasons best known to him. He might not want to say this is the right time for us to get married, but then you felt like because your interest is about the marriage, you feel like that man is due for change. Then I need to remind you something. The next relationship you're going into, you still also need to date that man. You said all you want right now is a relationship. All you want right now is a marriage, rather. But then every other man out there still want to have you for a relationship before they can think about marrying you. How many more years are you going to spend out there? What if you go out there and try another? After 6 months, the whole thing goes bad. What will you do? Then you try another. Then you end up realizing that the time you would have used to fix that good man is the time you have wasted out there looking for the perfect man. It doesn't work that way. When you are leaving a man because he cannot marry you, you should be looking for men who are already ready to be married. Not until that, you'll be repairing a situation that requires changing. And you'll be changing a situation that requires being repaired. This is 2020. We said that last year. And I'm telling you this 2021. I'm telling you this year. We were repairing a lot of things that ought to be changed in 2020. But we are changing a lot of things that could not be repaired or be fixed in 2021. I want you to sit down. I want you to think. I want you to look deep into your life, and I want you to ask yourself one question. The friends around me, is it the time for me to change them? Because all the time I try to repair them, they ain't coming through for me positively. That business, is it my time to change it? Or I want to keep repairing it? That relationship, is it the time for me to repair it? Or is the moment for me to change it? Not until you start understanding where you need to change and where you need to repair in your life, you will not be moving. This is 2021. It's our year, like I told you niggas. And we are making it big. Nothing is going to stop us from getting there. We are going to get there. This is your homeboy, Greg.